You can look at black people of certain age and you just start almost like a standard repertoire. And you can go 40 to 50 songs and they won't miss a one. I felt like there was no air I breathed that these songs didn't exist in. I didn't even think of them as songs. I didn't think of them as things I needed to learn. They just came with the territory. Let your little light shine, shine. When we look at that body of song, you can feel people are talking about things that happen to them every day. Nobody knows the trouble I see. Did my Lord deliver Daniel? Why not every man? Joshua at the Battle of Jericho. These songs have to do a lot more with stating a worldview or positioning yourself in the world than specific songs that are instruments of a particular worship service.
Cause I want my freedom, well I want my freedom, yes I want my, I ain't scared of your jail.
Civil rights movement was one time when I experienced a difference. It was very important for me as a woman to go through the civil rights movement and see women in leadership roles. It was important to me as a young person to be in jail and to be chosen not by vote, but just by deference as a leader, because I seemed to be so clear about why I was there. And I've seen meetings where a sheriff has walked into a mass meeting and established the air. This is a sheriff everybody knows, and they're taking pictures or taking names, and you just know your job is in trouble. And the only way people could take the space back was by starting a song. And inevitably, when police would walk into mass meetings, somebody would start a song. And then people would join in. And as people joined in, the air would change. When I talk about the civil rights movement, I'm talking about my coming into my position as an adult human being. And I talk about the civil rights movement because that's the time I had. That's the battleground where I was formed as a fighter. I think every generation has an equivalent or even bigger opportunity to cut its teeth on its issues of the day.
Run, Lolly, run, Lolly, run.
In '73, when I started Sweet Honey in the Rock, I had never sung the song in my life. I'd heard quartets sing it in Georgia. And I knew that it's a part of black and white sacred music tradition. And there was a Sweet Honey in the Rock in my head. So the first time I pulled this group together, it's the first song I taught her. It's a parable that talks about a land that is so rich, when you crack the rocks, honey flow from it. And I grew to really embrace those concepts, because there's so much around sweetness and honey and strength and rocks that seem to be not possible in the same package. Black people created in this land a world, and I grew up in that world. We really had to use whatever territory we could create to take care of the business of making a people. And often that territory was not land. Often that territory was cultural, which is why African American culture is one of the most powerful in the world, because we had to get so much business done in that arena because it was an area that we had control over. When the culture is strong, you've got this consistency where black people can grow up in these places with this voice just resonating about our specialness in the universe. And I always say you're in trouble if you get too far away from that core that grounds you.
Oh, sit those children dressed in white, God's good through the water. You